Hey YouTube, POD7 here, and happy Valentine's Day to you. I've been looking at adorable stuff like this picture by Darren Geers today, listening to all kinds of romantic music like Love Fool by the Cardigans, and just all around experiencing Valentine's Day alone, but trying to make it a happy holiday. And what could make me happier than making a video for all of you? So here we go. Today we are doing something very special. We are playing a game called Katawa ShouJO. And some of you out there, alarm bells are ringing in your head, and hitting the abort button as fast as you can, escape, close tab. But I promise it's a very special edition Katawa ShouJO video, in that it's going to be a speed run. I know that sounds kind of weird for those that have played, but Katawa ShouJO, for those who don't know, is normally called an H game, and it's basically a point-and-click dating sim / visual novel. And so there are very graphic pictures in there, but what we are going to do is not go to extras. We are going to disable adult content. What's auto mode? I don't know what auto mode is, but basically you choose which direction, or which you get certain amount of choices to choose from, and depending on what you choose, it'll go to a different girl. There's, let's see, this is Lily, Rin, oh crap, I forgot her name. I forgot her name too, but that's Hanako. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Emmy was the one with the pink hair and pigtails, and Shizune is the one with the glasses. So, yeah, I had a video of all the cutscenes from the game set to music for a while, but it got copyright flagged, so I had to take it down. So hopefully this doesn't get flagged. So here we go. Well, I thought it was on skip, but I guess not. So basically what I'm doing is tapping as fast as I can on my touchpad. Some history about the game. It was a project started on 4chan. So right there, you know. And what Katawa ShouJO is in Japan is basically crippled girls. And the story of this game is that your character develops a heart condition after being confessed to, and he gets sent to a school for disabled children. And it's as bad as it sounds. But the way the characters are written kind of took a lot of people off guard. And so there's a really big fan base based around the depiction of the characters and the feels, quote unquote, that they produce. So that was Shizune. She is deaf, and that was Mika, her translator / friend / well, we're not going to go on that path today. Oh, there's Hanako. She was burned as a child, so she's very cautious of people. this isn't just a school for handicapped or disabled or sick children. It's also for kids who want to be in that field. So people that want to learn like sign language or be helpers of the blind, they come here as well. And here's Kenji, also known as the bad end. If you fail to basically become interested in any of the girls through your selections, you end up going on a rooftop with him and drinking, and then you fall off the roof and die. So I'm pretty sure we're not going to go through Shizune's path. I haven't really thought about it, and it's pretty easy to click on the wrong choice sometimes. So basically Shizune is an overbearing, busybody kind of person. She's very efficient. I don't know how I even would describe the second half of the game with her. Yeah, I don't even know. Hers was the second path that I completed, and I was actually more focused on Mika because I thought she was an option. So I didn't really pay much attention to Shizune, and by the end of that story, I was just left depressed, basically. So, oop, let's not. I could have swore I had it on skip mode. There we go. So let's attack. One of the things I like the most about this game is the music. It's got a really, like, a really chill soundtrack, and I don't know, it just seems very professional. But I guess after, oh, here we go, yeah. It's on skip mode now. After, I think it was in development for 4 years or something like that. So Kenji's deal is that he thinks there's a feminist conspiracy to overthrow the patriarchal society of the world or something like that. So let's go talk with Hanako. If there is any questionable content that shows up, I'll probably blur it out somehow. Probably blur out the whole screen, because the pictures can be pretty big in this game. We just ran into Emmy, and she was the first path I ended up taking, and which was really crazy because her path ends up kind of dealing with a situation that I've dealt with in my life, just except I have my legs. So it felt very right. But okay, so this is Rin. She's kind of the space case, I guess you would call her, slash artist. Yeah. Emmy is the super hyperactive choice, and Kenji is naked. Emmy's a super active choice. She always wants you to get up and go run in with her and stuff, so. Lily there on the left. She is blind, obviously. So, and she's the most gracious of the choices, I guess. there's not really much to say without spoiling the game, unfortunately, spoiling the plot. And since it's a game mostly based on plot, I kind of find it hard to say. There's a lot of inside jokes, but a lot of them have to do with the H side of the game. So I'm definitely not going to bring up them. I've never actually played the game with adult stuff off, because the adult stuff there is, well, except for on Lily's path and on Shizune's path, they're pretty graphic. But Shinako and Emi's, well, Emi's is pretty graphic too, but Hanako's was not anything worse you'd see in an NC-17 movie. I mean, it's not like tentacles are going to shoot out like any other H game. Oh, I forgot what I'm supposed to click here. Well, hopefully I picked the right one. I don't know. Muto he looks like sad Keanu, and I think that's pretty much on purpose. So far we're on the right track for Hanako path and Lily path. We've pretty much abandoned Shizune. We've also abandoned Rin and Emi, I believe. I don't think we can get back on that path at the moment, so it's either going to end up Hanako or Lily from this point forward, or bad end. Each character and choice has a good ending and a bad ending, so this is the tea house. The tea maid, or whatever they're called. She's also the librarian, and there's a lot of comic relief there. So Hanako's deal is she was burned as a child, and she always tries to hide her scars, and because of that, she's incredibly shy, as you would guess. So a lot of her story is her running away from people and trying to hide. So she has a very small circle of friends, mostly Lily and the librarian. Most people treat her alright. There's no bullying or anything in the game, because obviously everybody realizes they have problems, or anybody that doesn't have a physical problem is there because they want to understand people, or at least help people. So there's not really any bullying to the game. Man, I thought this would go a lot faster on skip mode. I think I did it once just for the heck of it, and with adult content on, it takes about 18 minutes. So I would think if it skips the adult things, it'll probably take 15 minutes, maybe? I don't know. We'll see what happens, I guess. So a lot of talking to Hanako is trying to get her to open up about herself and to be herself around you. Here's Mickey. This was one of the kind of the red herring girls, along with Mika. A lot of people wanted her to be an option, but at the end of the day, it was probably just too much to do, I guess. I don't know. So here we are taking Lily to the city, and and we end up shopping for Hanako's birthday, I think is what's going on at this point. Oh, this is the part where we do a group project with Hanako, and they bring up her birthday, which is when she was burned and her entire family died, pretty much. It's not entirely clear what happened, other than her house burned down and she was the only survivor, I guess. So they brought up her birthday and kind of made her go catatonic for a minute. So Lily kind of acts like a mother to Hanako. So your part of the game is basically to try to not necessarily get her away from Lily, but to realize that she can be her own person and she doesn't have to live under Lily's wing, I guess. It's really hard to describe without spoiling half the game. I mean, I guess if you're like a pause expert, you could pause and read every single one of these titles, but that loud banging was me knocking on Hanako's door to see if she was okay. And the scenes are going by so fast that it just kept going. That androgynous-looking person is Lily's older sister. And we're out on the town with Hanako and them for her birthday, I think. I'm not sure. Or maybe it's just for fun. It's been a while since I've played, because once you've been through every route, it's kind of like, you know all the story. So the only time I've ever played again was to listen to the music, basically, even though I have it all on iTunes. It's just nice to experience it with the dialogue going and the story going by at the same time. So there is a really cool fan game featuring Kenji that's basically like Castlevania. It's pretty silly. I don't remember what to do. Crap. Dang it. Dang it. So that was the bad end. I was supposed to agree with Lily right there. Hoo boy. It all starts again. Okay. That's all the finished games. That's my saves on the last screen of every path, I think. Okay. How do I do this? It's not on full screen because when I tried to do it on full screen, for some reason my screen just went black. I could still hear the music and everything. But I just couldn't see anything and I couldn't exit out either, so I had to hard reset my game, which is kind of disturbing. Hopefully, I'll probably just end up skipping this part, honestly, back to where we were, because that was almost the end of the game, believe it or not. Man, this is going to take a while to, to upload to YouTube at this point. So I imagine, since they switched they randomize which spot each option is going to be in, that there's an element of chance to the game. So you can't just like put your cursor right here and choose the top option every time to get a good ending. So if this is legitimately considered a speedrun of some kind, that would be the only element of difficulty, I guess. I would think, considering there's a speedrun of Clue on Speed Demo's archive, that's 1 second long, just from hitting A as fast as possible and then guessing randomly and winning on the first attempt. I don't think you ever see that guy ever again, by the way. I don't see why this wouldn't be a speed run, because you still have to see what you're doing. The first reaction to Hanako, you would think someone so timid and startled by you being there, you'd want to be careful with her and apologize. But the way to do Hanako's path is basically to treat her like anybody else, and that's all she's ever wanted, basically. So that's the secret. Let's go talk with Hanako. There's such a dedicated fan base around this game that there's entire charts that tell you how to get to each different scene, and that goes towards getting a 100% completion rate, which unlocks the final "thank you for playing" scene thing. We might go, I think at the end we'll probably watch, assuming I don't screw it up again, we'll watch Hanako's cutscene, which happens between Act 1 and Act 2. Yes, I'll do better. I think I would say Hanako's is probably my favorite path, but Rin's path is probably best path, if that makes any sense. She's definitely the most interesting of the 5 choices as a person, because you're spending the whole time trying to figure out what she wants and what she wants with her life, and it's kind of you don't ever really find out, really. But it's a free game, so go ahead and just look up the title of the game and go download it and play it. If you're squeamish about adult themes, then maybe not play this game, or just disable adult content. They put it in there as an April Fool's joke, from what I understand, and then people actually liked it, so they kept it in. I think that's how it goes, but I'm gonna take it easy. If you go for it, then your heart condition comes up, and she takes you to the nurse's office. And then it's later implied that the doctor, or the nurse, and Emmy's mom have a thing going. Kind of running out of things to think of here. I didn't think it would take this long. Oh my gosh. As far as visual novels go, I haven't played too many of them. Most of the ones I've played are pretty much either too long to do a video like this for, or have too much stuff to spoil. So I can't even remember the name of the one I did right after Katawa ShouJO. But yeah, I would just say that the game of trying to figure the girls out and get to the root of their emotional problem is a lot more satisfying than a lot of other games' character resolutions. So it's worth going through the H stuff to get to the conclusion. And like I said, you can disable adult content, so even if you don't want to experience all that stuff. Okay, so we're about halfway through the game at this point when we take Hanako to the store. This is when she starts opening up and all that. So what are you guys doing for Valentine's Day? Watching me play Katawa ShouJO, obviously. I've done enough work for the council already. So if you take Shizune's path, basically the closest this game gets to bullying is them berating you until you join the school council, basically. But that only happens on Shizune's path. You can just ignore them, basically, after that. Trying to think of stuff to talk about. I got 2 more episodes of the game completed, recording-wise. But I don't want to make this into an update video, and since we're getting closer to where we screwed up, I'll try to focus on the game still. Basically what happens is Lily has a family member die, and the family member lives in Scotland or something, so she has to leave to, oh, I guess I've never denied it there. I wonder how I got 100% then. But, she leaves, and that's what this whole birthday party / going out on the town is. It's the goodbye, going away / birthday thing. And, so you kind of have to look after, Lily leaves you to look after Hanako, but you kind of want her to look after herself so that she can learn how to do that, since Lily won't always be there, kind of thing. We're missing out on several funny Mika lines and scenes by taking this path, but so okay. Should be the night on the town part coming up. Oh, this is the part where Lily tells Hanako about her aunt dying. So basically, Akira brought wine to an underage birthday party for whatever reason, and Hanako has way too much, but he decided to be the gentleman and leave her be, basically. That's the letter from the girl that confessed to you that jump-started your heart condition, saying that she hopes you don't hate her, or something like that. I don't remember. I thought it was kind of a dumb... It never results in anything. You can't, like, talk to her again. So, I never really paid much attention to that. Okay, we're getting closer. Lily leaves. We decide to go to the city. The shop where we bought her birthday present. The shopkeeper looks at her and is frightened / disgusted by her scars. And this is her actual birthday, I think. She stays in her room all day, basically. And, because she's, traumatized by remembering. And this is the phone call with Lily, and this is where we screwed up last time. So what that scene was about was Mickey was talking to us about checking in on us on how we were doing with Hanako, because she's the only one that confronts you about having a crush on her, basically. And, so that was us showing Hanako our surgery scar. And, basically, yeah. At this point, Hanako's still not sure how you see her, whether you're just trying to take care of her or if you actually want it to be an equal friendship. Yeah. And, okay, we're gonna have to blur out part of that, as you can see. But basically, Hanako shows you her scars, and then sleeps with you, because she thought she had to keep you around, or for you to see her as something more than someone to protect. And, so we're gonna slow down now so we can get the final picture anyway. And that was us, or Hisao and Hanako hedging it out, basically, and deciding that they are equals, blah blah blah, romance, etc. And that's it. I believe on skip mode it would have just skipped this and went straight to the credits. So, muffins. So that's Katawa ShouJO at a breakneck pace. We'll go ahead and skip the credits just so I can show that cutscene. So yeah, it's got some real high quality animation for each of those. They were done by a guy called Mike Inel, I believe his name is. He's got a YouTube channel with some other cool stuff on there too, so go ahead and check him out. I'll try to remember to put a link in, but Anyway, happy Valentine's Day, guys. Happy Saint Valentine's Day. Don't forget the saint. I put this out because I kind of want to do something every major quote-unquote holiday. So we'll see what happens. Probably another week until I start putting out videos regularly again. So this has been POD7 signing out.